Welcome to another great podcast session. I'm Satavisa. Currently, the companies around the world are at the peak of adapting to digital transformation. To discuss more on this matter, today we have with us Animesh Samuel, co-founder and CEO of Light Information Systems Private Limited. Hello Animesh, welcome to Analytics Insight. It's great to have you here.
Hey, Satavisa, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on this platform.
Please tell me in brief about E42.
So E42 is a no-code platform on which our partners and enterprises and the entire ecosystem, practically anybody can come on board. And because it's a no-code platform, you can use it to build AI workers that will complement your human workforce, in any kind of enterprise that you're running. So basically, it's as we all know that the AI workforce is coming, and there are a lot of studies showing that around 50% of the enterprise workforce that we have today, the typical workforce, will be replaced by AI. So this is a platform on which you can build any kind of AI workers, right, from ranging from AI analysts to AI receptionist, to practically any kind of AI gatekeepers, AI recruiters. All of this can be built on this platform as we speak.
I see, that's great to hear. Now, I would like to know about your opinion on the emerging trends on workforce automation.
Great. So, Sadavisa, yeah, it's not just an opinion now. It's most of the facts are out and the data is out. So, for example, Gartner has got a report which says that the future of work will be faster, smarter, and more informed, which means that the work will get distributed. Everything goes hybrid. It becomes really fast. The teams becoming agile, and then the AI joins these teams, and the computers themselves will get conversational, which means they will start talking with humans, and the simple things will become smarter. So that's faster, smarter, and also Gartner says that it's going to be, much more informed. Information will find you, and you will have the opportunity to link different sources of information to make sense. So, for example, if you have customer care today, was all the information from customer care was predominantly in the customer care department, right, or in the custom success department. But tomorrow, product will be able to use that information in real time to tweak their product. Marketing will be able to use that information or that feedback that comes from customer care to improve their messaging and so on and so forth, right? So we are talking about a future where there will be no more silos. The enterprise itself will be one big source of data, and that data will be much more intelligent, and it will find the right person to disperse information to as and when needed. So that's the future that's coming up, and there are a lot of statistics showing that 57% approximately, as per McKinsey, is estimated. World Economic Forum submitted a report on the future of work trends, which talks about more than 53% of the employable workforce within enterprises will be AI workers. So it is inevitable, and the future is coming where the same amount of people that will be there in enterprises will be able to deliver at least 3x or 4x of what they're currently delivering. So you will have, with hyper automation, you will have capabilities that or optimized production processes, that was unthought of before this era, and this is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years. So it's change is going to be very rapid, and like I said, any kind of disruption, like I always keep saying, it doesn't happen with one kind of technology really emerging. It happens when multiple technologies come together, and that we are seeing today with whether it be IoT, with 5G, and with AI. When you club all the three of them, you will get a future that is really smart, fast, and very well informed.
I see. And it will be great if you can share some use cases of E42 and explain to me how it is expanding the partner ecosystem.
I would love to do that, Satin. So basically, the way it is that you have various kinds, like I said, of AI workers that are built on the E42 platform. So you have Let's take a few examples. So you have the AI Analyst, which runs in companies like Tata Communication, which basically helps. So the AI Analyst can be for various departments. I'm just talking this example of a marketing AI Analyst, which will look at tons of data, from various dynamic resources, and will prepare a sort of a dossier or a folder of the prospect that these kind of large companies want to reach out to, and then it will also let you know the kind of it will give you the kind of knowledge that will help you make the right pitch, to the right person within that prospect company, and it will throw out options, that will be the best buy for those prospects, right? So it will be one report that can be generated by a kind of marketing analyst that is powered by AI. Similarly, you have AI finance executives which can process your payables, your receivables. You have AI receptionists that can greet people, not just in your premises, by recognizing them and checking if they have an appointment and sending them to see a particular person, but also on your website, by recognizing them through their IPs or any of those parameters, and then proactively identifying if they're a customer or they're a visitor, and then helping them with their needs. So, or it could be HR executives, which we have some award-winning implementations with large manufacturing companies, which where they are able to help the employees through the employee journey, right from there how you hire them. So you have AI recruiters that help in hiring. Then you have AI onboarders, you have AI dipstick survey specialists, you have AI emotional well-being agents, you have AI HR executives, and all of that, which is there for the employees. Similarly, for customers also, you have AI customer care agents, service executives, and etc. That's built on the platform. So to give you a gist, you can take any kind of a job today that required cognition, which is a evolution from the robotic process automation, where the in a robotic process automation, the automation is very robotic and repeated, whereas in a cognitive process automation or intelligent automation, as we call it, the process can change midstream, right? So it can make decisions, and it can make its own decisions based on previous data, non-programmed. That is the key part of AI, which is different from programming. So just based on pure data, the AI can um, help optimize various things, whether it's your customer interactions or your production or your supply chain or your intelligence gathering, any of those things. So yeah, so there are tons of use cases, and that's where our partners come in, because we are AI NLP specialists. E42 is a no-code AI platform on which AI workers are built, but these are built by people who come in with subject matter expertise. Our partners, we have partners that are OEMs that have their own software that use the AI NLP capabilities of our platform to build AI workers. They might be any of the traditional HCM, ERP, CRM companies that want to make their tools more relevant, and just not work with structured data as they currently do, and rather they want the capability to work with unstructured data also, which is a lot of free flowing conversations, which is a lot of social media content, a lot of unstructured data that keeps generating, which is growing, by the way, at a faster rate than structured data when it comes to enterprise data. So to make sense of this, we have partners that bring in their subject matter expertise. So, like I said, they could be OEM partners, they could be SIs or ITS companies, or they could even be, freelancers or startups that want to try something and build their own product. So, for all of them, the platform is available. And again, we have also made the pricing in such a way that, based on traction only, they keep paying us. So it's a win-win for all, and every enterprise is sure that when they're deploying an AI worker, they've got the equivalent of at least 5 humans for one-fifth the price of one human. So it's a great benefit for the enterprise. Similarly, partners can keep trying different things that build more traction, because only then they will be able to increase their license fee, and we help them do that in that journey.
Thank you, Animesh, for explaining it so well. Now, I would like to know a little about the disruptive technology involved in E42.
So E42 is not just one, like I said, it's not just one disruptive technology that is out there. So, of course, one of the key components, the key areas of the technology part of it that enables all of this magic is the AI models that we have, which are proprietary, which are built on the GPUs that we use. So that's of course one part which is able to make sense of the data and respond in real time basis any action that it is doing or supposed to do. The other is the NLP, which is we've got over 40 proprietary algorithms, the natural language processing algorithms, because we believe that like humans, we became intelligent when language was brought in the mix, about 10, 15,000 years ago, when we are actually a 2 million-year-old species, right? And then once that intelligence came, we were able to share information with other humans and, bring us directly on top of the food chain, right? So to speak. Similarly, with machines also, when they are becoming intelligent, we took a bet on natural language processing because we realized that machines will have to converse with us also and with each other also, in a uniform, in a universal language, which will consist of all the languages that we use today. So pretty much, so NLP is also one of the core focus of our own proprietary technology. But having said that, and like always said, and like I said earlier also in this podcast, that um, disruption does not happen with one particular technology that suddenly evolves, right? So we stand on the shoulders of giants, and if you see things like the internet with the 5G communications, with all the communication technology that we have today, with all the structured data that is there in the ERPs, CRM, HCMs, HRMS, ATS, all the alphabets primarily, basically all the structured data sets that are out there. So all of this, is what is the basis or the foundation on which the E42 platform is built. So we've just taken it up a notch. We've tried to bring all of them together in a unified platform to make sense of the data across different across different functions. And yeah, basically that's also what our USP is, how we differ from anything that's out there. We are very easy to deploy, multifunctional kind of a cognitive agent that is built on this on the platform.
Amazing. Now, I'm a little more interested in knowing about the GTM strategy. Can you please explain it to me?
Sure, sure. So the GTM is basically how we go to market. So because we are a horizontal platform, it's not an easy task because we try to, if you try and sell the platform as a whole, we see that the market is not yet understanding of that, and it's not ready for that as yet because people are still thinking when it comes to AI, people are still thinking chatbots, right? So what we are trying to, so our GTM is basically where we introduce these AI workers one at a time, that can be adopted by industry. So, and we introduce it again via our partners. So these partners who come with some subject matter expertise in one particular domain, they are able to build on that and solution for their enterprises, and they build AI workers that they deploy. And then over a period of time, we show them how beautifully these AI workers can work in conjunction with each other. So our GTM or go-to-market is basically it's a land and expand kind of formula where we primarily want to expose the platform through any function or through any department to any organization, and then we want to help them scale and add more processes onto the same platform itself, or more AI workers, into the same platform.
That's great to hear. Now, lastly, I want to ask you what is the most unique trait of E42 and what makes it stand out in the workforce automation space?
So yeah, Satavisa. So I think, like I just said, the most one of the most unique aspects of it is first of all that it is all proprietary technology, which means it's not we don't use the services or the cloud services of or the cognitive services of any of the other platforms like Google or AWS or any of those. Secondly, because that brings a lot of advantage to enterprise, which means that they can host it on any cloud. They're not dependent on a particular cloud provider. The second unique feature is, like I said, it's a multifunctional agent that can be built on this platform, which means it either on the same platform you can build your an AI recruiter that helps you hire candidates. You can build an AI onboarder that helps you onboard them. You can build an AI HR executive. You can build an IT service manager. All of this on the same platform, catering to the same set of employees, and all of these actually technically typically exchange notes, right? So when that kind of data that comes on board with the enterprise will be able to make very strategic decisions. They will be able to predict things like attrition, or supply chain blockages and all of that stuff, because it will be data that will be shared across different departments and across different verticals.
Thank you for explaining it to me, Animesh. This is very insightful, and surely this is going to help a lot of emerging leaders and budding leaders. Thank you so much, Animesh. It was real pleasure talking to you and learning about Light Information Systems Private Limited. I'm waiting to see even more innovative solutions coming up from your end.
Thank you, Satavisa. It was my pleasure. Yeah, looking forward.